It's Friday. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh yeah. Welcome to a Friday edition of Bethea's Byte Reloaded, your home for news, opinions, debates, your voice, and justice served. My name is Ernest Bethea, the last outlaw. So good to have everybody here. And I've had to push this thing all the way from Wednesday to Friday due to circumstances beyond my control. But hey, I'm here. I'm live. And I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started with a missing persons report that you may or may not have already seen from me. So I want you all to pay attention, pay attention to this information, and if you can help out, great. That's wonderful. Here you go. Hey guys, this is the Last Outlaw. The FBI field office in Kansas City, Missouri, along with the Joplin Police Department, need your help to locate Sarah Burton, who has gone missing. Sarah has been missing since July 16, 2018. Sarah is now 32 years of age. At the time of her disappearance, she stood about 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighed around 170 pounds. She has light brown hair and blue eyes. Sarah, age 29 at the time of her disappearance, was last seen on July 16, 2018, in the vicinity of 10th Street and Rex Avenue in Joplin, Missouri. Sarah was reported missing on July 20th, 2018 by her mother. There have been no reported sightings and or contacts from Sarah since her disappearance. The FBI Kansas City Division is assisting the Joplin Police Department with the department's ongoing investigation into Sarah's disappearance. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $5,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the individual or individuals responsible for the disappearance of Sarah Burton. If you have any information about Sarah's whereabouts, please do not hesitate. Reach out to your local FBI office. Contact the Joplin Police Department at 417-623-3131, extension 440 immediately, or you can submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. Your help and vigilance can play a crucial role in bringing Sarah back safe and sound. Please share this message to increase the chances of reaching people who might have valuable information. Remember, if you see something, say something. Let's do what we can to bring Sarah back home safe. Like I said in that video, if you see something, say something. Get in contact with the FBI field office in Kansas City or the Joplin Police Department. Now, let me go ahead and put out this trigger warning real quick, because just like last week, all three of the stories I'm covering today feature the very same trigger warning. And again, I gotta say to everybody that's here, if this is one you cannot stomach, this is not an edition of Bethea's Byte Reloaded for you. I will say that the stories you're about to see, the images that will accompany, may be triggering to your mental health. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. There, I've said it. Time to get down to business. I'm gonna begin with the update on Tyler and Krista Schindley. Oh yeah, this is kind of one I've been looking forward to bringing to your attention, because This is one that disturbed me deeply. Yeah. As you can see from the headline, bond denied for parents charged with starving their 10-year-old boy to the point he weighed only 36 pounds. Says here that the parents, no. You know what? Instead of me talking about it, let's take a look at this video. That'll tell the whole entire story. All right, but before I give you the video, oh, just to play things safe, and so that I don't get in any kind of trouble with this. There's that. And single mom of four. Yeah, I know. Parents like these will get me upset too. All right. Here we go.
And they gained quite a bit of financial benefit from fostering 5 children and then adopting them. So they have access to uncounted funds that would give them the ability to flee the jurisdiction of the court. As well, we would posit that they would pose a risk to influence witnesses if they were able to have contact with any of these children, not just the victim ES, but the other 4 children who were in the home as well. So at this point, we would ask that the court deny bond.
Ms. Schindley, do you have any witnesses that you wish to call? Do you wish to take the stand and testify? All right. Well, based on the evidence presented by the state with respect to both Krista and Tyler Schindley, I find that there is significant risk of flight. I further find that there is significant risk to intimidate witnesses, and I find that there is significant threat to the community as a whole, and bond would be denied.
Yeah.
You take them back.
As you can see from that, as you can see from that, the Schindleys shoot for bond, and the judge said denied. Let's recap this a little bit. It's straight from the courtroom in Spalding County, Georgia. 2 parents who are charged with starving a 10-year-old boy to the point he weighed 36 pounds were denied bond in court. The Spalding County judge determined both the 2 parents, Tyler and Krista Schindley, were a significant flight risk, significant risk to intimidate witnesses in the case, and significant threats to the community. The child was found last month walking on his own by neighbors who asked if he was okay. He stated he was going to the store to get some food because he was hungry, according to the officials. And when officers responded, he asked to please not make him go back. Warrants alleged the Schindleys intentionally withheld food from the child. Their charges include criminal intent to commit a felony, with murder being the attempted felony, false imprisonment, cruelty to children in the first degree, and so much more. After being found, the child was rushed to a local hospital where the police said he was stabilized and transferred to a second hospital for further treatment. Warrants add the parents locked the juvenile child inside his bedroom, leaving the child alone in the residence. for extended periods of time and on multiple occasions with no access to lights, food, clothing, or adult interaction and or assistance, as well as no hot or warm running water, outside view, toilet paper, electronic communication, human interaction, adult supervision, or access to exit. And just in case, yeah, I totally agree with you. If there's so far of anybody, if there's anybody who should be denied bond, it's these two monsters. And just in case, you guys, you want to see the monsters in question, behold the monsters, Tyler and Krista Schindley. This is them, and this is these two monsters in court. At least they're back with their backs to us. During a news conference on May 16th, Spalding County District Attorney Marie Broder said police were looking into the family's history. Broder confirmed 4 other siblings lived in the home but didn't appear to be injured. Broder confirmed the children were homeschooled. The boy's 20-year-old stepbrother, who I want to bring up in a little bit, was later arrested in the case. The night of the parents' arrests, 11 Alive crew saw Krista's 20-year-old son, Ethan Washburn, loading several items from their home into his car, which had Tennessee plates. He refused to answer any questions. On June 6th, records show Washburn was booked into the Spalding County Detention Center on 2 aggravated assault charges in connection to the same abuse case involving his 10-year-old stepbrother. Washburn's warrants allege he attacked his autistic stepbrother by punching him in the body, head, and face. The warrants state that the attack occurred often. Griffin police haven't given any updates on the condition of the 10-year-old. This is the footage from when they found the child and the parents were facing the murder charges. Again,
So the child was then transported to local hospital where he was being treated and is being treated for malnutrition and a very low heart rate. The child was discovered to be 10 years old, and at the time he was taken to the hospital, he only weighed 36 pounds. Like I said, this is really early in this case. The investigation is active and ongoing. However, I can let you know that the parents, Tyler and Krista Schindley, have been arrested and have been charged with the following charges: attempted murder in the second, or homicide in the second degree, attempted malice murder, cruelty to children in the first degree, cruelty to children in the second degree, cruelty to children in the third degree, battery, simple battery, and false imprisonment. This is our district attorney, Marie Broder.
Thank you, Investigator Spears. Good afternoon. I understand, and was briefly addressed at the beginning, that there was some confusion as to the charges because of how they were listed on the sheriff's website. It's an interesting note that in the state of Georgia, we don't have attempted murder under that statute. You have to charge the criminal attempt to commit a felony, that felony being murder. And I believe the intention is to release the warrants to you so you can see how that is charged. The child is still alive. When he reported to the hospital, as was briefly mentioned, his heart rate was extremely low. He was extremely malnourished, and they had to stabilize him here at Spalding. He has then been transferred to another hospital where he is receiving treatment. As you all know, and being a child prosecutor for most of my career, child abuse cases are record heavy and record intensive. We have requested everything that we can. We have obviously records we need to retrieve from the hospital. We have records that we need to retrieve from defects if there are any. We have cell phones that have to be looked into. So we are actively investigating this case, and we are getting all the information that we can. So what we have right now is limited, but I can tell you that the child is stable as of now.
Is the child the intended murder victim?
Yes. The state alleges in the warrants, and it is my office's decision to move forward on the criminal attempt for malice murder for starvation. The child was being starved to death is what we will argue.
How long do you believe the child was deprived of food?
The child has not even been interviewed yet to get a firm timeline, to just be candid, so I don't want to go into that specific. But when he is released, we will have a full forensic interview with him, and we'll be able to know more about those details.
Ms. Broder, can you say how the child managed to get away?
The child somehow escaped, and he was walking the street trying to get to Kroger to get food when some individuals that lived in the area found him, and very good people that they are, brought him in and got him some water and some crackers and reported it to police, and we're very thankful to them. What I will say is this case is disturbing. It's heartbreaking. I have tried many child abuse cases in my career, and this child was simply put being starved to death. And it is tragic. To give you some context, I have a 9-year-old, and she currently weighs 76 pounds. This 10-year-old little boy weighed 36.
Do you believe the doors were locked?
Hang on, y'all. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna stop that on video right there, and I want y'all to want you to picture that. This is the this is the DA, the prosecuting attorney. Her daughter weighs 76 pounds. At the time the little boy was found, he weighed only 36. And the two are right around the same age. She's 9, he's 10. I know I said this in the chat while the video was playing that these monsters need to be put away permanently, and of course, single mama 4 agreed wholeheartedly with me. That I'm not shocked about. What I'm going to bring to you right now is the third person in this case. Yes, there is a third. We mentioned him just briefly. We mentioned him just briefly, but I want you to take a look at who we're dealing with here. Booyah. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Ethan Washburn. This is the nice young man who was being accused of strangling the 10-year-old boy who was starved practically to death to weigh only 36 pounds. This is Krista Schindley's son. A 10-year-old Georgia boy allegedly being starved to death by his parents was also subject to physical abuse from another shockingly close member of his immediate family, police say. 20-year-old Ethan Washburn of Franklin, Tennessee stands accused of 2 felony counts of aggravated assault in the Peach State. In the arrest warrants obtained by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the defendant is accused of using both his hands to choke the child around his neck. Details about those allegations, however, are currently scarce. The victim's stepbrother is in custody at the Spalding County Jail without bond on a pretrial hold, according to Spalding County Sheriff's Office. Police say that Washburn is the stepbrother of the abused boy and adult son of Krista Schindley. Last month, she and her husband Tyler were charged with a myriad of counts related to the alleged starvation and child abuse of their son, who was found wandering along a street on the way to a Kroger, emaciated and begging to never see his parents again. According to the warrants in the case obtained by Atlanta-based NBC affiliate WXIA, and I shout out to them, the couple caused their son cruel and excessive physical and mental pain when they intentionally withheld food from the juvenile for an extended period of time. They are additionally accused of causing their son dental injury and disfiguration, withholding medical attention, and locking the boy inside his bedroom for extended periods and on multiple occasions, with no access to lights, food, clothing, or adult interaction and or assistance. At the time, the boy's parents were charged with attempted homicide in the second degree, attempted malice murder, numerous counts of cruelty to children in the first degree, second degree, and third degree battery, simple battery, and false imprisonment. The Schindleys have both shared children, and children from prior relationships. 4 other minors were living in the same house as the 10-year-old boy who had nearly wasted away, police said, but nothing appeared to be wrong with, and no abuse appeared to have been present in those other children. I'm going to stop right there. Stop right there, because just reading that, this is why I said these stories have a trigger warning. It's stories like this. On the one side, it's the reason why we get into true crime, but it's on the other side, it's that trigger aspect. It hurts you in the mind, it hurts you in the heart, it hurts your soul. And I try to, ladies and gentlemen, but as much as I try, I just don't get these parents. I've said this numerous times, but I seem like I got to repeat myself. These parents have but one job. One. That job, it's simple. That job is simple. Protect your children from the outside world. Protect your children from the outside world. But who would have thought that the danger was, yeah, and they failed to do that job. Yeah, they failed to do that job. But who would have thought that the danger is coming from the inside? Who would have thought that? You got mom, you got dad intentionally withholding pretty much your life from you. You're a 10-year-old child. You are locked up in your room for hours at a time. No access to outside. No access to any kind of adult supervision or assistance. And worst of all, no food. None. Then when you're finally able to escape, you're staggering on your way to a Kroger to try to get some kind of food. The neighbors ask if you're okay, and the one thing you beg to do Please, please, don't make me go back to them. Don't make me go back to those people I call my parents. Don't make me go back to that guy I call my stepbrother. When you hear me describe it like that, if that doesn't shatter your heart like it's doing mine, and like single mama 4 is describing, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else, I really don't know what else to tell you. All I hope and all that I pray is that those monsters get all that they have coming to them and then some. It's because, like single mom said, not, and I will put my stamp on it. They had one job to do, and they failed miserably. One job, and they failed. Next up, I've got a few videos on the man I like to call the baddest dad in the land. And I don't mean that as a compliment. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know the case. Chad Doerman. So let me go ahead and give you the trigger warning yet again. Because I've actually seen the body cam footage of his arrest. And I got a feeling a lot of you may have too. But just in case you haven't, again, this is your trigger warning. All right? Yeah. That's exactly how we're going to start off with. We're going to say rest in paradise to Hunter, Chase, and Clayton Doerman. And you, young men, you will get the justice you're due. That we promise. So we're going to start here with this. Perfect. I like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the first video you're going to see is courtesy of our good friend in true crime, the one and only Conspiracy. Check this out.
Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. We're back with an update on the Chad Doerman case. Today he was indicted with 9 counts of aggravated murder, 8 counts of kidnapping, and 4 counts of felonious assault, so we're going to go through those. So this is the court document that was filed today, June 22nd, and there's a list of the indictment charges. So for aggravated murder, he has 3 different charges per child, so there's 9 total. So the aggravated murder is code 2903.01, and then it has 3A, 3B, and 3C. So first we're going to go through and see what letter A, B, and C each mean. Letter A, no person shall purposely and with prior calculation and design cause the death of another or the unlawful termination of another's pregnancy. B. No person shall purposely cause the death of another or the unlawful termination of another's pregnancy while committing or attempting to commit, or while fleeing immediately after committing or attempting to commit kidnapping, rape, arson, etc. I believe his is going to fall under that kidnapping. And then finally, letter C, no person shall purposely cause the death of another who was under 13 years of age at the time of the commission of the offense. So again, he has 9 counts for aggravated murder, and he is being charged with each one of those 3 times for the 3 children. For our kidnapping charges, it's code 2905, and then in parentheses, they have A and 3, so let's break that down. No person by force, threat, or deception, or in the case of a victim under the age of 13, or mentally incompetent by any means, shall remove another from the place where the other person is found, or restrain the liberty of the other person for any of the following reasons. So then if we scroll down to number 3, it says to terrorize or to inflict serious physical harm on the victim or another. So for kidnapping charges, he's being charged 4 times with this particular code. The last 4 kidnapping charges, again, are the same code 2905, but now this one's giving us number 2. So again, our kidnapping charge, no person by force, threat, or deception, or in the case of a victim under the age of 13, or mentally incompetent by any means, shall remove another from the place where the other person is found, or restrain the liberty of the other person for any of the following reasons. So if we go to 2, and that says to facilitate the commission of any felony or flight thereafter. His last 4 charges are for felonious assault, a felony of the 2nd degree. So we have code 2903, A, number 1, and number 2. If we go to our felonious assault, it says A, no person shall knowingly do either of the following. 1, cause serious physical harm to another or to another's unborn. And then 2, cause or attempt to cause physical harm to another or to another's unborn by means of a deadly weapon or dangerous ordinance. So there you have it. I hope this video helped you kind of understand those charges, and his preliminary hearing, I believe, is still set to be on Monday, which is also the day of the visitation. The obituary was just posted online today, along with the visitation and a celebration of life that will be open to the public as well. I did post it over on my community tab if you'd like to go and read it. It is very, very sad. I don't even know if I could get through reading it. I've already seen some comments about the family deciding to have the celebration of life open to the public, but they want these boys to be remembered for who they were and not just who their father was. So they're asking anyone that does attend to wear bright colors, and instead of flowers, you can either make a donation, or they are also selling some t-shirts for a fundraiser. I will link the link in the description box below of where you can buy the t-shirts if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor and like.
So that was the breakdown of the charges that Chad Doerman is being hit with, and deservedly so in my opinion. But as we say in infomercials, but wait, there's more.
Are you on the live?
Yes, I am. That's the lady outlaw making sure I am making sure I have gone live. Yes, I am live. What you're about to see here, also from Conspiracy, thank you so much for the help, is Chad Doerman in court with his not guilty plea. So what you're about to see, I gotta hit this tag on it. So So yes, this is definitely a copyright disclaimer. All right, so here we go with this.
So I think the PD or public defender prepares that. Do you know what I'm speaking
Yes,
of?
Your Honor, Mr. Haynes and I will take care of that after we're done on record today.
That's good.
We'll bring it to your staff, and I think it falls to the court then to forward that to the Ohio Supreme Court.
I think you're right. And then the court will send its own entry to the Supreme Court verifying that the clerk has sent a copy of the indictment to the Supreme Court. So I'll leave that around. All right. Does Mr. Doerman have a copy of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've already provided that for him?
Yes, we went over it with him as State would have it in jail last night due to certain security restrictions he's facing at this stage. He didn't physically have a copy, but we did it on. We understand that jail staff also alerted him to the existence of the indictment shortly after it was filed.
All right, as to Mr. Doerman, Mr. Haynes, and Mr. Myers, is he eligible then for public defender?
He is, Your Honor.
All right. The court will sign that entry. Now, relative to arraignment, my preference is, thank you, Ms. Aaron Allen, for submitting to the court the possible penalties. I went over it. I think we also, hopefully, the defense got a copy of it.
We did.
All right. So what I'd like to do, my preference would be, Ms. Aaron Allen, like the last couple cases we've had, I'd love for you to go through each count independently. Put on the record what the state believes the possible penalties are. Then I'm going to turn to Mr. Myers and Mr. Haynes to see if they agree. And then I'm going to ask Mr. Doerman if he understands. And then we'll move to count 2, count 3, count 4, count 5, all the way through. Are you okay to do that?
Your Honor, may I address the fourth from the council table?
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. And yes, I could absolutely do that for the court. I wasn't sure since counts 1 through 3 are all charged under 290301A, if you'd like to address them in group.
Individually. Yeah, thank you.
Count 1, aggravated murder pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 290301A. There are multiple aggravating circumstances specifications attached to the underlying charge, including the victim under 13 specification, forced conduct specification, felony murder specification, and firearm specification. The possible penalty, if convicted on the underlying charge of aggravated murder, as well as any of the aggravating circumstance specification, is recommendation of death, life without parole, life with the possibility of parole after 30 years, life with the possibility of parole after 25 years. The firearm specification carries with it 3 years mandatory, which must be served prior to and consecutive to any imposed prison sentence. There's also a possible fine of $25,000. If convicted of aggravated murder without any aggravating circumstance specification, the possible penalties would be life without parole, life with the possibility of parole after 30 years, life with the possibility of parole after 25 years, life with the possibility of parole after 20 years. And again, the firearm specification would carry that 3 years mandatory, which must be served prior and consecutive to any post-prison sentence. Again, same fine.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this right here, And for those who are wondering, okay, he's got nine aggravated murder charges. How is that? It's like conspiracy. It's like conspiracy explained it. I'm also using the same explanation as local defense attorney Clyde Bennett. Clyde Bennett said, and I'm quoting him, the Claremont County Prosecutor's Office threw the kitchen sink at this guy and wanted to cover all their bases. Legally speaking, a person can commit aggravated murder in multiple ways against the same victim, and each one is a different charge, potentially leading to a conviction. In the act of kidnapping a person, you killed someone. And then you killed a person to kill them. And then that person is under 13. That's 3 ways you can get to aggravated murder. So that's 3 ways, right? Multiply that by all 3 victims. And that's what Chad Doerman's hit with. 3 different charges of aggravated murder for each of the 3 children, added up to 9, though Bennett said Doerman could only be sentenced for 1 per child. Honestly, I say even if he gets convicted for 1, they need to keep him locked up. Keep him locked up. Why? Because he is a danger. Period. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, he ended 4 lives that day, not 3. He killed the 3 boys and essentially ended their mother's life because those children were her life. So, like single mom of 4 said, yeah, we're gonna get justice for Hunter, Chase, and Clayton Doerman. Yeah, we promise we won't fail in that job. And I've got one last video in this, and hopefully that'll be the end of that before I can go on to Miss Alexee Trevizo. This is a quick clip from court. What you're about to see is a quick clip from my good friends at Court TV, and at the anchor desk, my man 50 Grand, the one and only Mr. Michael Ayala. Hmm.
assault. Each murder count, carries the death penalty. And a pretrial hearing has been set for July 5th. We have also learned that the funeral for the boys will be held on Monday. Now, when police arrived on the shooting scene, Doerman was very calm, and you can hear the boy's mother in the background. This is officer body cam, and this is footage of his arrest.
Where's he at?
Shooter's on the porch.
Get him right here. You got him on the porch.
We've asked, that's the last place we've been told.
You show me your hands now! Stand up and walk towards us! Stand up now! Walk towards us! Stand up with your hands up!
We got a visual in the mail. Not showing his hands, not following commands.
Stand up now!
Not showing hands or following commands. His name is Chad Doerman. Chad Doerman.
I know, but we can't.
When he's first aid and he's not complying, you know he's a shooter, shoot him.
I'm gonna pause this here to let you guys know, if you have not seen this this footage of Doerman's arrest, I want to trigger warn you yet again. What you're seeing here is disturbing. Although they have the images of the three boys blocked out, it's still triggering nonetheless. Like I said with this case, like I said with the case before that, and the case that I'm going to bring you after this, if you cannot stomach this edition of Bethea's Byte Reloaded is totally not for you. This story and the images you're watching and may continue to watch may be triggering to your mental health. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. All right. Now we're right at the point where Doerman is being closed in on to be put under arrest.
Show us your hands now! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up! Stand up now! Stand up! Stand up!
The stage and air crews are going to go ahead and fly whenever any units can assign.
Get your hands out here. Cover 21. Send the air.
So you guys can confirm that there's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter who's not complying. They need to take care of the victims. They have to shoot him and shoot him.
Man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm completely sober. Never did drugs a day in my life.
21. Get the EMS over here.
Well, I did drugs with a flip, but I don't do drugs now. I'm sober. I'm not trying to fight you.
63.
Get your butt inside. Gatlin, get your butt inside.
We on primary?
Now.
29, we got 3 kids down.
3 kids down, 16 kids up.
Gatlin.
63, we're 21. Have EMS respond over here.
You're clear, they're being advised. Robert 34, just started mass custody response. 63, do you want them to respond to the Laurel Lindale address? Where exactly do you need them?
We're right in the front yard.
You took my life from me! My life!
What are you doing, man?
Hey, pretty copy all this.
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him.
All right.
He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna get you here in a
I ain't running
second.
away. You can do whatever you want with me.
the whale.
And I stop right here with that. And if anybody was paying attention to the mom in the background and the pain in her voice of losing her 3 sons, then you probably feel the way I'm feeling right now. Because I am totally gutted. If you hear the sound of breaking glass, it's my very heart being shattered in a million pieces after listening to the mom's pain. I've said it earlier that Chad Doerman essentially ended 4 lives that day. 4. He ended his wife's life when he took the lives of his 7-year-old, his 4-year-old, and his 3-year-old. And I pray that with everything in me, I pray that justice comes swiftly for the man I insultingly call the baddest dad in the land. Now let me move onward from that disturbing case to another. I'm going to pull up an article from the Daily Mail. And again, as I pull this article up, I give you the trigger warning. What you're about to see and hear here is going to be triggering again. You've been warned. This is in regard to the case against Alexee Trevizo. For those of you who are new to this, Alexee Trevizo is charged with her baby's murder. Yes, I said baby. She literally had the baby in the hospital and then dumped said baby in the trash. What I'm about to read right now is from the Daily Mail. And this is even disturbing for me even for me to read. The distraught mother of a New Mexico teen who gave birth to her son and tossed him in a bin pleaded with police to, quote, not to be rough with her during her arrest. 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo was arrested May 10th and is charged with first-degree murder or alternatively abusing a child resulting in death and tampering with evidence. Trevizo was taken to Artesia General Hospital on January 27th with back pain before it was discovered she was in labor, although she maintained she hadn't had sex. The 19-year-old secretly delivered her son, threw him in a trash bag, and claimed he'd been stillborn. Claimed he was stillborn. Ladies and gentlemen, been on that side twice over. Twins each time. I already know the feeling of what it's like to have stillborn children. Yes, the babies come out, but they're already dead. But at least the mother of those children I barely got to see for a minute, two. At least I got to see them. At least I got to look in their eyes. This 19-year-old girl didn't even give herself that much of a chance. She took a look at the baby. At least that's where this is going. She took a look at the baby. Figures the baby's not breathing. So in order to cover her tracks, she puts the baby in a trash bag and then dumps him in a garbage can. I would ask the foolish question, who would do something like that? But I digress. New police body cam footage has revealed the moment Trevizo was cuffed outside her Artesia home as her demanded to see an arrest warrant before reluctantly letting her go. 3 officers can be seen approaching the rural property where the 19-year-old was living with her family before knocking on the front door. I'm not going to go through this entire article, but what I will do is take you to this take you to the video and let you see this for yourself.
That is his policy.
I will give it to you. Please don't.
Ran away from
It's nothing personal. It really is. And we understand. But we have to do our jobs too. Okay?
I understand that. That's Melanie. That's Devin's mom. She's good. She's okay.
We're not going to be rough with her or anything. We're just going to take her over there and book her.
Please don't be rough with her, please.
Just bring her out. You can be with her the entire time. Okay?
You know where the public safety complex is? 3300 West Main?
You can follow us over there. I will take you there. You can follow me over there.
As soon as I release the criminal complaint to her, she can then give it to you there, okay?
When can I get, her bond? What?
That's set up by the judge. It's Magistrate Judge Chuck Foster. He should be doing it. If it's after 3, he'll be doing it in the morning. On the back? All right. Alright. What's your name?
Alexee.
Okay. That's the last 4 of your social.
She don't even know it.
Oh, no? Alexee, do you know your date of birth?
Yes.
Okay.
11/25 birthday.
Yeah.
Do you have to walk her all the way over there? Can you bring the car up there?
Yeah,
That's all.
I'll go get it.
Alexee, are you okay with your mom getting your criminal complaint when we get to the detention center? It has your personal information
Can
on
you
it.
repeat that?
Are you okay with your mother getting the criminal complaint? It has your personal identifying information on it. Serial number, date of birth.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. I have to serve you first, then your mom can get it, okay? I do. He's gonna move his unit around. No medications, anything you need to take while you're in there?
No, sir, no.
Okay.
She has still been, like, bleeding, so I don't know if she needs...
Do you have any, I don't know if they have tampons.
They do have tampons products.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure if you take your own, you can use your own if you need it.
Can she? Do you want to grab some? Can she grab some of that right quick? Or?
Yes.
Do you mind if
Get your little bag.
one of those goes to?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Personal pads.
Personal pads? Yeah, she needs them.
Oh.
First West Main Street Public Safety Complex. If you just go through the front door, you know where we first spoke in the records?
Yeah.
If you just go over there. Is there any four?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll meet her in the front.
Okay. I'll get with him and do all stuff, go to dispatch.
Okay. I'll meet you in the front, okay?
We're Tampa. I'll be headed your way shortly.
Relay the rest.
I'll be headed your way for the relay shortly. Yeah, I'll get.
Got Mo in the house. Yeah, they made. I believe they did. They edited that part from the arrest video, but still they got the main part that mattered, which was the arrest. But what really got me was the mother's reaction. Oh, and like I said, I've covered a lot of disturbing cases before. And this one really ranks up there now. And what you're about to see next is what's going to put it all the way over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get that copyright warning up one last time for this week. There you go. All right. You've been warned. I'm going to have to give you the trigger warning one more time. I want to make sure all my bases are covered here. Okay, here you go. Oh, wait, let's see before I start this video. It was really telling she correctly also when he called her grandma. She didn't like that. She didn't want to be a grandmother, in my opinion. Well, you and I are sharing the same opinion. But here's what's got me all out of sorts. And yes, there is no audio for this to a point. Okay, I stopped it right there to answer Mo's question. How did nobody hear anything? That is pretty close. I have to agree, but then again, you got to think. Alexee was in cover mode. She didn't want anybody to know that she was pregnant. The possibility was there that she did have sexual relations with her boyfriend. And she was covering the fact. Yeah, you're right. She was determined to keep that fact covered. So getting rid of the baby was the only way to make sure that last track is covered. But still, who in their right mind dumps a baby in the trash can? And pretty much immediately after the child is born. Anybody has an answer for me? If anybody has an answer for me, I'll give you a number of ways to get in contact with me. Because I'm like those old National Enquirer commercials. Inquiring minds want to know. And I'm of an inquiring mind. And entrapped. Yeah. Oh, entrapped. Well, she did put them in a plastic bag. Well, that you can get. So if anybody has any answers for me, you got me on Facebook. I'd love to hear a response on that. Come on, Nightbot. There you go. You can get me on Twitter. I'm already here on YouTube, so hitting me up here shouldn't be a problem, right? How about reaching me on TikTok? I mean, on Instagram. Because cases like this, as much as we try to understand them, we come out understanding them less. Also, now's the time for TikTok. And you can reach me there too. Yeah. And if none of that works out for you, you can always email yours truly, Last Outlaw. I'm not a hard guy to find in true crime. As I started to mention now, there's so much video coverage I want to get to before I get out of here. Okay, let's back this up. And first off, we're going to hear from the lawyer for Trevizo already I'm guessing putting his defense out at this point.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh.
We're now hearing from the attorney for a New Mexico high schooler accused of murdering her newborn son by tossing him in a hospital trash can. He says his client didn't even know she was pregnant and alleges there may have been malpractice on the hospital's part.
But not a single one of them told her that she was pregnant. Not a single one of them told her that we need to examine you.
Body camera video of the January 27th incident has gone viral, showing police and doctors speaking with 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo after the baby was found in a trash can.
I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved. And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing.
At the time, Trevizo was admitted to an Artesia, New Mexico hospital for severe back pain.
And she went to the hospital thinking that she was suffering from low back pain and severe abdominal pain, and went there and indicated on a pain scale of 1 to 10 that she was at a 10.
After cleaning a bloody bathroom Trevizo had just used, a hospital staff member found the baby inside a trash bag.
She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
Yeah. How old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Was what happened.
The newborn baby died, and Trevizo was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence this month. This week, she was released on $100,000 bond ahead of her high school graduation on May 25th. But her attorney, Gary Mitchell, tells us she will not be attending.
She's 19 years old. She's a high school senior, graduates next week, although they're not going to allow her to go to her graduation because of the controversy in the community. And they just don't want to have any chaos. She's agreeable to that.
Law and Crime Network reached out to Artesia High School for a comment. The district superintendent responded via email, quote, "I am unable to make a comment on personal student matters."
They asked very politely. Artesia is one of the finer school systems in the state of New Mexico. And they at least honor their protection of students. They're very good about that. And they simply asked, and there was not an order or a command from the school as far as we know. They just asked that she not be there so as not to generate any issues whatsoever. And so she agreed to that. But she took her last final and is to receive her diploma.
Let me pause that here so I can answer Mo's question. She had said that the lawyers said that they didn't tell her about a positive pregnancy test before, but the body cam footage of the nurses, the charge nurse said they did tell her before the bathroom. And the question she's asking me is, does she have a good defense? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so in the fact that she literally and figuratively tried to cover all bases. She had the baby in the bathroom. She put the baby in a trash bag. She put the baby in a trash can with another liner over it. I mean, come on, man. The defense attorney is going to say what he's got to say in order to get his client acquitted. That's a fact. But when the video evidence, I'm saying this, unless you're really good and can doctor footage, video footage does not lie. Video footage is almost as good as DNA. Let's see, Mo says no, and the medical and the med defense won't work either. I've researched. They gave the same meds in IV and epidural to women in labor, and they don't do such. Right. Her the defense that this attorney is laying out has more holes than donuts and Swiss cheese put together. And trust me, I've seen the holes in Swiss cheese. I'm just saying. $19 old. And she might as well have thrown away her life with this act. Child abuse, murder, possibly, tampering with evidence. I'm no genius, but then again, it shouldn't take one to say that she'll be put away for quite a while. I don't know what I really don't know what else to say here. I mean, this attorney, this defense attorney, again, he's doing his job. Whether it's a good job or not, that remains to be seen on when it comes time for trial. There's more, ladies and gentlemen. There's more. The body cam footage. Check this out.
Alexee, I told you about this. You are detained. You are not free to leave at this point. Do you understand that? Yes, sir. How big is the baby?
It's full term.
What?
So they started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was a 9 that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood everywhere. She was cleaning it up. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing an exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
Yeah. How old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Was what happened, and then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She wouldn't even tell us she's pregnant. She's been lying the whole time.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. I just pulled the doctor out of the room, so nothing's been said to the patient or the mother that's in there yet.
Okay.
I have Leela, the housekeeper. If you want to interview her,
Yeah.
she's the one that kind of found.
Yeah, because I wanted to get with you guys first and then get with her to get her statement before I even did anything.
Well, I'm the charge, and this is what has happened.
Okay.
You can interview the nurse that had her.
Okay.
The 2 nurses that were taking care of her. You can talk to the tech, which is Lori. She's the one that went in there and actually found it, because Leela's like, this is really heavy. Okay. So then Lori went in there, and then of course the baby was underneath the clean liner.
Okay, yeah, if we can speak with Lori, because
Okay, I'll get Lori, and I'll get
So, officer, piece, the first thing though is I need to make sure that the mother, the woman who delivered the baby, is medically stable. I don't know if she's delivered a placenta. She's bleeding a lot. I just got her accepted to Loveless, so I need to get her up there as soon as possible.
Okay, check this over here right
Okay, so how I need to tell her what's going on, and I need to tell the mother what's going on. The mother and they're both in there together. Is one of you willing to be present for that conversation? Are you guys going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go in right now and do this.
While we're doing that,
And then I'll make sure Leela comes down, all the other nurses and stuff are here, and I'll get Leela here. Okay. But she's in the ship. Hey, Marina, will you get Leela back down here? Marina?
I'm sorry, there's Sarah. We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. He came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
It was not crying or nothing.
What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here. Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her out there as soon as possible.
Okay.
I obviously need your permission to transfer her for medicals. She needs to
She's
be
19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
She's still 19 years
you're
old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 19.
Keep out of me.
But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, we do have to have the police involved.
And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing.
I know. But the baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but we need to do this correctly.
I pause it there because you see Alexee shedding tears over the fact that she knows exactly what she did. And then there's the part that Mo was stuck on. Mom saying, Lexi, I told you about this. Come on, Mom. You are, if anybody should know better, it's you. If anybody should know better, it's you. But then again, you might not have been paying any kind of attention either, regardless of what was going on. Then finally, we get to this.
We discovered it.
We're taking it back from the point from where the nurse drops that bombshell that they found a dead baby in the bathroom, and that's when Lexi starts boo-hooing and mom's talking about, Lexi, I told you about this.
A dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. He came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
It was not crying or nothing.
A 19-year-old woman who allegedly killed her newborn son by stuffing him in a hospital trash can is released from jail on $100,000 bond ahead of her high school graduation.
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Nothing was crying.
Officials say Alexee Trevizo went to an Artesia, New Mexico hospital in late December complaining of severe back pain. Disturbing body camera footage from January 27th shows hospital staff speaking with officers after a newborn was found inside the bloody bathroom Trevizo had just used.
The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
The newborn baby died, and Trevizo was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. But just this week, Trevizo was released from custody on $100,000 bond.
I want to go back. I want to talk about actions speak louder than words. Let's go back to that point to where the doctor just informed the cop that the baby has passed away. The baby is dead. I want you to look at the officer's reaction. Watch his left eye.
Hospital staff speaking with officers after a newborn was found inside the bloody bathroom Trevizo had just used.
The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too.
You see that wink or that wince? That said that for him. That said all he needed to say. That wince, in my opinion, is enough. Is the oh my God reaction. Again, I try to understand cases like this. I try to understand how parents can treat their children like they do. And the more I try, the less I do. But I'm gonna give you all some life advice before I get out of here. Love your kids. Hold on to them as tight as you can. And when the time comes, set them free to make their own mistakes. Set them free to live life. Set them free to make life the way they feel they want to. But just know that in your heart of hearts, you've given them the chance to live. And you've given them the chance to show them the example of what being a good parent means. Not just what it means, but how it's done. And as for my opinion on what kind of punishment Alexee should receive, I think she's a threat. She's a threat to herself. I believe she's a threat to children. So put her behind bars. That way she can't hurt her next child. Sure, there's a chance there may not be a next child. But if there were, she can't hurt it. All right. That's going to do it for me. I want to I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to thank those who popped in. Single Mama 4, Avery Shannon, Mo. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully I'll do this. I'll be back here again on my normal day, Wednesday. New updates, another missing persons update. Speaking of missing persons, I got one more I want to share here. And this time, the voice you'll hear with this one, the added voice you'll hear with this one, is that of my better half, whom she and I celebrated our 4-year anniversary. So, one more missing persons report from the Outlaws. Hey guys, this is the Last Outlaw.
Hey guys, this is Lady Outlaw.
The FBI field office in Honolulu, Hawaii urgently needs your help to locate Philoma and Milena Luke, both of whom have gone missing. Philoma and Milena have been missing since May 25th, 2011. Philoma is now 22 years of age, and Milena is now 21 years of age. At the time of their disappearances, Philoma stood approximately 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighed around 90 pounds. Milena stood approximately 4 feet tall and weighed around 65 pounds. Both sisters have brown hair and brown eyes.
Pay close attention to this, guys.
In both of the flyers from the FBI and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the images on the right are age progressed. Philoma and Milena were last seen at the bus stop near their home in the village of Astao Saipan, the Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, on May 25, 2011. The sisters, ages 10 and 9 at the time, were waiting for the school bus to arrive and have not been seen since that time. Philoma was last seen wearing a light green shirt with a butterfly design and blue jeans. Milena was last seen wearing a white blouse and blue jeans. Milena has a birthmark on her left cheek. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $25,000 for information leading to the location of Philoma and Milena Luke. If you have any information about Philoma and Milena's whereabouts, please, we beg you, do not hesitate. Contact your local FBI field office or call the Department of Public Safety in Saipan, Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands at 670-664-9022 immediately. You can also submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. Also, you can contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678. Your help and vigilance can play a crucial role in bringing both Philoma and Milena back safe and sound. Please share this message to increase the chances of reaching people who might have valuable information. Remember, if you see something, say something.
Let's bring these girls home.
My very special thanks to my wife, Lady Outlaw. 4 years down, 4 years to go. No, what am I talking about? 4 years down, forever to go. I misquoted myself. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for all those who popped in. And I want to give you guys something. I love you. Now, what I want you to do is take that, spread it all around. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And yeah, pass that love on. That way I can see you back here next time for another edition of Bethea's Byte Reloaded. I'm Ernest Bethea, the Last Outlaw. Again, I thank you all so much for joining me. Until next time, you know what to do. Byte. Hey guys, the Last Outlaw here. Thank you all so much for watching this video and subscribing to Bethea's Byte Reloaded. I appreciate the support of this little engine powered by you. Did you enjoy this video? Do you want to give your feedback on it? Here's what you do. Like this video to get more eyes on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to click the notification bell and set it to all to be notified of future videos. Share this video to your social media. I respond to your comments, good or bad, so drop your thoughts here. Be sure to follow Bethea's Byte Reloaded all over social media. At Bethea's Byte True Crime on Facebook. At EKB316 on Twitter. At Bethea's Byte Reloaded on YouTube. That's with and without the punctuation marks. At EB The Last Outlaw on Instagram. At King of Hearts 316 2021 on TikTok. You can email me at kingofhearts316_09@outlook.com. This is your home for news, opinions, debates, your voice, and justice served. This is Bethea's Byte, and it's reloaded.